Hello and welcome back to Gaming Tea. Just a couple of little news articles I found today that I thought were quite interesting, so let's get straight into it. Back with Nintendo. So they have won a lawsuit, but there's a little bit more to it than that. So the case in question was against somebody called James Archbox Williams, who was the lead moderator of the subreddit Switch Pirates, who Nintendo accused of offering massive libraries of pirated Nintendo Switch games via several pirate shops. According to this initial case, Williams was a self-confessed pirate who had previously stated that he isn't going to give Nintendo $50 for a game. The lawsuit saw Nintendo request actual or maximum statutory damages for several violations should he be found guilty. However, the ruling has not taken place because in new court documents filed by the Superior Court of the State of Washington on the 8th of November, it was revealed that the case has now entered default after Williams failed to plead or otherwise defend within the time prescribed by the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. So basically he didn't file or make a response in the time given to him by the court, and by doing so judgment is entered by default against him in this particular case. It's quite dangerous actually to not turn up or respond. In this instance, the claim can be passed without a court hearing, usually granting the claimant, which will be Nintendo in this case, the full requested amount plus interest and costs. Ironically, court documents state that Williams did actually respond to Nintendo's cease and desist letter back in March of this year, stating that he would comply and cooperate with any demands or requests within his control, but denied any infringement of Nintendo's IP. And so, by not bothering to respond, this looks like another tick in the Nintendo win column. Interesting that, isn't it? Maybe you should respond to those court requests or filings. Moving over to Japan, and still with Nintendo, they put out a very bizarre media post to their Japanese customers, basically warning them to be mindful where they leave their Switch consoles and accessories when they are in the presence of any pets. I guess this goes back to the old saying as to why we have warning labels for some of the most obvious things, but you know, human beings are an odd creature. But basically, Nintendo put out a social media post saying, and this is translated by Google, "When you take your eyes off it, your pet turns your Nintendo Switch into a toy. By the time you take notice, it's already covered in drool. Pet saliva and urine can cause the device to malfunction due to water exposure. If you have pets, be careful about where you place your Switch." Like, again, it's pretty obvious stuff, but as I said, it goes back to the basics of why we have warning labels for the most obvious things, because human beings will find some way to do the most obviously ridiculous thing and then complain about it afterwards. So yeah, if you've got any pets, be mindful of where you keep your Nintendo Switch and the accessories associated with it, lest you get drool, pet urine and saliva all over it. Be careful out there, folks. And that will do it for this episode of Gaming Tea. I will see you lovely people on the next one. Cheers.